Hey everybody, I wanted to share something that happened as my wife and I drove our stuff across the country. We were in the Texas Panhandle, and all of a sudden my wife says, "It's a cross," and I'm looking around, what? There's a cross. In a clear sky, there's a single cloud perfectly in the shape of a cross. And then a couple minutes later, my wife says, It's a figure on the cross." The cross had changed into a figure on the cross with head, neck, shoulders, arms, legs, and the arms were down like this, almost as if the figure were descending. And as we're looking at this, just going, what? The head of the figure slowly turns as if it's looking down on the earth. And then, as if that's not enough, in the morning, the next morning, early in the morning, I'm driving, my wife's asleep, and there's a thin layer of clouds with some breaks in the clouds, and blue light, blue rays are coming through the clouds. These were not this wasn't a shadow effect. There was no yellow, no white, no other colors. It was blue. Blue rays by themselves, luminous blue, like a lapis lazuli, better than that, blue coming through the clouds. I was just in awe. I wouldn't say I ever knew what awe was before this. I have chills down to my feet thinking about this. It was unlike anything I've ever seen. There was a majesty to it, a glory, a purity way beyond anything I've ever seen before. It's the most beautiful, pure, glorious, majestic thing. It was as if the whole thing were designed, perfectly designed. Luckily I drove. There was nobody on the road. I'm just looking up at this. I couldn't think. And then finally, 10 minutes later, I'm like, oh yeah, there is a point and shoot. And I grabbed the point and shoot and I snapped some photos. But that was right when the blue was ending. And so I've got just a fragment of it. But in the next video, I'll show you that fragment. And there were other things that happened that on those days to share with you and shortly after. And I would just love to hear what you have to say, how you might interpret this, any other information you might have, because I do not know what to make of this. But I cannot emphasize enough how significant this feels to me. Deep down, there's some kind of significance. And also, you don't naturally have blue all by itself coming from the sun. The sun emits white light. When blue gets filtered out of that light, and violet and blue and green get filtered out, then you get yellowish light, orangish light, maybe even reddish light, by the filtering effect of dust and other things that might be in the atmosphere. You do not get a purity of blue. You don't get that. I could find no scientific papers, etc., on blue rays from the sun. So I cannot say that this was a natural, scientific kind of phenomenon. This was beyond that. Okay. I guess I'll end the video.